and welcome to my channel. I am Celina Mae and I'm so excited that you're here. It's going to be so much fun to go into this journey on this channel. This is the very first video, so we're really excited, and we are going to talk all about spiritual awakening, ascension, and messages from light beings and energy updates and such. So it's gonna be beautiful, and today we are going to talk about who we are. So why I really wanted to make this the first video is that when I was younger, even when I was like 6 years old, up to my spiritual awakening really, I always asked myself the question, what is this? Why am I here? What am I doing? And I'm not sure about you, but maybe you have asked yourself a very similar question and you were just like, whoa, what is this shit show? And today I am going to explain who we are and what we're doing here, and let's get started. Question why there's always garbage tracks when you want to record a video, or doing a podcast every single time. Who are we? I really want to go to the very basics. At the very basis, who are we? We are souls. We are energy. We are consciousness. And this whole spiritual awakening process, meaning awakening to that which is not seen, to the unseen and everything in this world, is really about coming to that realization that we are more than the body, that we are the awareness that is behind or above or outside of the body and our emotions and thoughts. And it really comes down to learning on this plane that we are not our thoughts, we are not run by our emotions, we are the awareness again behind it that is able to observe and to be in charge of it, right? So that we can guide it and be in the driver's seat rather than just being in the back seat and our just subconscious, riding around in our thoughts and negative emotions and whatnot, running the show, which is not going to bring us to raising our frequency, having a fulfilled life and all of that. It really comes back down to waking up to this powerful existence that we are, that we forget when we first incarnate. And I'm going to get into that in just a bit, about just into this whole incarnation process, right? So we are the soul, and souls incarnate onto this earth to follow a very specific purpose often. So that can be just evolving as a soul. Oftentimes we have this assigned soul contract, or we lay out what we want to experience in our lifetime. And I know this takes it really far to start with, but I want you to get used to the concept that before you incarnate, you're sitting down with your guides, and as this soul consciousness, just like a little light bubble, you hang out in the cosmos and you decide where you want to go, what you want to experience, what you want to sign up for in this lifetime. Maybe something that you haven't experienced before, or maybe there's something that you have experienced before and you really want to heal that wound. So let's say that you in a past life, so a lifetime before this lifetime you incarnated, you have had anger issues or something. Then you might choose to incarnate into a family that will trigger those issues again, so you can heal them and you can evolve and grow as a soul. And I hope that is making sense. The thing is also that a soul is nothing less than a fragmented piece of this whole universe. So following the concept that we are all one means that the soul is part of this oneness, and this oneness is the universe. Some may call it God. That's really how I see it, that God is this all-encompassing energy, this creational life force, and our souls are part of that. This is why we are alive. This is why I can't even speak, because there's life running through me, and this life is part of the bigger life, the bigger picture. Now the universe is always wanting to expand itself. The universe doesn't really contract, it just expands and expands and expands, and that's its purpose. So us being part of that means that we too are meant and willing to expand consciously, which is why as souls we decide to grow and evolve and have different experiences, which is what we sign up for. Yes, and also we sign up for the challenges in this lifetime. So if you have gone through a life where you feel like you had a lot of trauma, you are probably an older soul and a very experienced soul, because you wanted to have bigger challenges. And what I want to say here too, and I know this is a lot, I'm just noticing how much goes into this when I'm actually sitting down and starting to explain it. What I want to focus on right now is that there is souls that have had maybe past, well, we all have had other incarnations, and that's just a concept that you may resonate with or you don't. This is really something we can't really agree on or disagree on because we literally don't know, right? We don't have any proof. It's just that there have been so many past life regressions where people had experiences and memories of a past life, where there's children that literally talk about who they were the lifetime before, and it's super accurate and they couldn't even know. So there is some stuff going on that is, you know, out of the normal. So we are all for the unnormal in this container, in this channel, right? Anyways, so sometimes, like I said, we come in here on Earth to resolve issues that we maybe have had in a lifetime before. And with that being said, I want to say that there is souls that have come to Earth many, many, many times. And I mean like 600 times. And have had experiences. The lifespan on Earth is not as long as on other planets. Like on other planets, beings, time doesn't work the same way either, so it's really hard to say, but if you were to compare it, it's maybe like 4 times as long. So you can really have a lot of lifetimes on this planet because it's a really short span compared to others where you could incarnate, if that makes sense. So obviously we're also open to the concept of other planets on this channel. This is why I'm channeling the Pleiadians and other energies like Sirians and Necturians, and those are all groups of light beings. So we really want to be open to that as well. But as when a soul has come multiple times to this planet, oftentimes they're very comfortable here and they're called earthlings, like an earthling soul, because they just love the experience in this 3D realm. And I'm going to have another video too about 3D and other dimensions like 6D, 5D, 4D, 9D, whatever. And those are all terms for different dimensions and what's possible within them. All right, and then there's other souls that have incarnated many, many times on other planets, meaning in other star systems even, right? And for a soul, that is just a choice. It's like, that's completely possible. It doesn't take longer to travel to a different planet than Earth, right? So this consciousness that we are also may want to incarnate on other planets, but may have come here on Earth now, even though it had not so many lifetimes here and rather other lifetimes on different planets in higher dimensions. It's because they need to assist the Earth in her ascension. So Earth I call Gaia. So Gaia needs assistance in her ascension journey, and so does humanity, even more so humanity, because when you read the books by Dolores Cannon, and she has this hypnotherapy technique where she first started with past life regressions, but then she started regressing people to their soul existence, and they were all under hypnosis in a trance state, obviously, and like thousands of people would just talk about similar experiences and similar intentions when it came to incarnating on Earth. And this is due to the Second World War and when there were bombs in Hiroshima and where was the other place in Japan? I can't remember right now. I'm really sorry. But the Galactic Federation, and that's kind of like a senate for the whole cosmos, was a little bit worried about Earth, because if Earth would just like have a nuclear war and just like shoot itself up, it would really bring imbalance for the whole cosmos, and they didn't want to do that. And we live in a universe of free will, so from the outside perspective, they can't really interfere. It's just not allowed. It's a law. So they needed to think about, how could we help planet Earth to ascend and save humanity, really? Because otherwise they would just be so in that spiral of unconsciousness that they would just literally blow themselves up. So they started sending volunteer souls. And if that is something that interests you, I would really recommend reading the book by Dolores Cannon. I will put it into the notes down below the video. It's called The 3 Waves of Volunteers, and it's all interviews of regressions, hypnosis, and it's really fascinating. Anyway, so many souls from outside Earth that have, mostly they're more experienced and maybe have assisted in other ascensions and transmutations of other planets, they were coming down to Earth to assist. So those people often identify as starseeds. So you may have come across that word before, and they are recognized by just feeling different. Different from the very get-go, being very often very strangely wise as children, and just being often also loners and not really wanting to hang out too much with other people, and just being very different in their perceptions and very aware, and always feeling like they have a purpose but they don't really know what it is, and literally asking themselves the question, what am I even doing here? Like, why am I here? What is this whole point of this life? So really this existential crisis, if you want. And when we are in the deepest darkness of our souls, this is often when we have a spiritual awakening, and I can talk more about that. This is really a first video here. I'm just noticing how much there is to talk about. So this is gonna be so great, and I just wanted to give that little overview. It really comes back down to when I said, who are we? We are souls, the consciousness and the awareness behind our body. And this is really important to understand, to live a fulfilled and peaceful life where you are a powerful creator of your own reality. And I know this triggers some people, but it is how this universe works. Like, you are a universe yourself, and you are like creating your own matrices with your programs, and that's another aspect. I can talk more about that, the conditioning, the programming on Earth, and all of that, which is gonna be so good. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited right now. Anyways, so this is going to be it for today. I would really love to hear any questions, any thoughts on that. I hope this was understandable, because I know I touched on a lot of things that I haven't explained that would just be too much for one video. Yeah, just remember this. Who are we? We are souls. We are the consciousness. We are the awareness. We are not the body, but that which is behind it. And we are here to expand and to grow, because this is the nature of the universe, and so this is our nature, to expand and to grow, and this is why we're here. And we are here to remember love as well, this time of history on planet Earth, because it needs it so badly. And yeah, I'm so pleased you're here. Thank you so much for watching, if you are seeing this right now and been with me here for the whole time. And I'm so excited to dive deeper into all of these other things, and I'm sending you an abundance of love. And if you want to chat and hang out over on Instagram, please do so. I am Celina Mae, so would love to see you there as well. And yeah, just really sending you tons of love as always. Okay, my dears, bye. See you next time.